Just overall thoughts on Kansas State and the challenge that those guys present to your defense.
Yeah, so obviously that's a great team. They got a lot of great assets, great pieces. Very fundamentally sound. So we're just looking forward to a great challenge. It's a great opponent.
And then, what are the challenges of facing an athletic quarterback? So the first 2 weeks, you guys have played those kind of guys. So, how hard is it? What challenges does an athletic quarterback present to your defense?
I would say the biggest thing is just controlling the pocket in terms of us, and that's just general. So you want to stop his legs.
Jason?
For both of you, from your experiences going into a hostile road environment, how does your mindset or approach have to change, if at all?
Personally, I don't think Personally, I don't think there's too much change. I mean, you want to treat every game the same. We're always here for each other, whether we be home or away. So,
yeah, I mean, like he said, just treat every game like the same. Treat every opponent like the same. Don't overestimate or underestimate an opponent. Just go in there with the same mindset, and I feel like you should be good.
Brian and Justin?
Taye, how have these first 2 games been? I don't think you came off the field this last game, and very rarely in the first game. How are you feeling in terms of your stamina and all that?
I feel like I'm good stamina-wise. Just during practice, we don't really do like conditioning really after practice. That's more of a keenest thing is just running to the ball, like no matter where it's at. We do like long whistling practice, so wherever the ball is, we have to get to it, throw an uppercut. So I feel like I'm in good shape.
Justin and Michael?
There were a bunch of missed tackles in the Mexico game. You guys cleaned that up in the second game. How did you guys address the missed tackles from week 1, week 2?
I feel like we met as a defense and said we just got to clean up a few things. Mostly especially the personal fouls we had, because that's not our brand of football. We're gonna get out there and everybody just swarm to the ball. So if one person misses a tackle, other 10 people gonna be right there, right behind you.
And how hard is it to simulate live tackling in practice? And do you feel like missed tackles that would get cleaned up the more that you guys play games this year?
Yeah, I think doing our just little things, right? Like our double uppercuts, being intentional about how you do it, really trying to bring your hips through with it. So little things like that help you get right in terms of tackling. It's just your intention behind everything you do.
Michael and Jason?
One question for each of you. For Taye, when you sat down with Coach Gonzalez and looked at your film from week 1, what could you learn from that, your individual reel that you could take, that you took into week 2, that you were able, some things you were able to improve on?
Yeah, I would definitely say, just going out there and playing loose. It was my first game ever starting, so definitely had some nerves, but just going out there and playing loose and just doing my 111. Don't go out and try to do something else. Just doing my job, and I trust the man next to me is gonna do his job.
Sure. And for Trey, I was watching the Manning cast the other night. Coach Belichick was on, and they were asking him what's the key for pass rushers against a mobile quarterback, and he said don't run past the quarterback. How much emphasis are you guys putting on this week in terms of your rush lanes, your rush discipline, and that sort of thing as defensive ends?
Yeah, when you have a mobile quarterback, kind of like what I was saying earlier, that's the plan. You got to press the pocket, keep them in there, be strict to your lanes, and just be smart.
Jason?
Trey, kind of going off what Michael said, is there anything you could take away from facing Dan Peter in the New Mexico game with his mobility and apply to this one, or is their quarterback run game pretty different?
He was a great competitor. I think that was great for us to see early on. So we kind of got a taste for it already, and we're going to be working hard to make sure we get it all cleaned up and fix it this one.
Back to Michael and then Justin.
Taye, when you're out on the field or you're in the meeting room, what are some of the things that you talk about with Monty? What are some teaching points that Monty is able to bestow upon you?
I would say the main thing is he tells me to just be vocal, because I'm not a huge outgoing talking person, but whenever I get on the field, he wants me to just be loud, be vocal, just even if it's just the smallest thing that'll help him. Just being out there talking, that just gets us more comfortable, helps our chemistry, and let's just go play free out there.
Justin?
For Taye, as someone who's been a part of the build-up, how nice is it to see Arizona football attached to the longest active winning streak in college football?
That's I mean, that's definitely cool. Just seeing we have the longest active winning streak right now. I mean, we're just focused on this game, and hopefully we can keep that going.
Michael and Brian.
Trey, on the opposite side of you, Chase Kennedy's had a very nice start to his Arizona career. What have you seen out of him in terms of his development?
Chase is a great player, man. Since he's got here, he's just been working hard and learning everything and applying all his techniques, and you see him showing up. So he's a great player.
And then there were a couple third down situations where they moved you inside this last game. What do you like about that? And do you feel like your size and your skill set, or you can show that kind of versatility?
Yeah, I personally don't mind. Whatever you got to do is what I'm going to do. So, I'm confident enough that I can get it done up front. Speed, power, just play football.
Brian.
For either of you, what have you seen on film from Kansas State's running back? I think he's also their leading receiver. What's going to be the most difficult to deal with on him?
I think he's a great player. He's just overall like a great all-around back. He can catch the ball, run downhill. It'll definitely be a great challenge to go against him this week.
Michael.
The other day, I was asking Coach Brandon about you, Trey, and I said, what was the biggest reason that you kind of exploded like last year, kind of your breakout year? And he said it would have happened the previous year if you hadn't been injured. Do you agree with that? You think you were kind of on track to breaking out the previous year?
I would like to say so, yes, but the thing is, we don't get to go back and change it, so I try not to think about things like that too much.
So what do you think is the biggest reason that you were able to kind of have so much more production last season and carry it over into this season?
I would say the older guys, the guys above me that were playing, they taught me a lot before they left, and you have to be willing to absorb that information as well, right? They can tell you everything, but if you don't want it for yourself, then it's not really going to take you far. So go ahead.
Were there some specific guys at San Jose State who played that role?
Yeah, Junior Fajoko and Cade Hall. I would say those are my two biggest mentors. They taught me just the discipline of everything, the technique, the mindset behind it. So I give a lot of credit to those guys.
Justin and then Brian.
And with that, is it easier to take their advice knowing how successful they are? Because weren't those guys all conference players?
Yeah, of course. I watch them do it every day. So I'm like, man, I want to be those guys. I want to be the best. So I've got to learn from the best. You feel me?
Question for both. Do you guys have any like pre-game rituals or some things you do on the road to calm your nerves?
I don't think I have any like pregame rituals. I usually just listen to music before the game, chill music, try to like calm me down and things like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same way. Just listen to music, think about what I got to do, and relax.
Is there go-to songs or artists you listen to?
I usually listen to some like raw wave or like some R&B to like calm me down or something like that.
I'm a shuffle guy. I'm bad with the music lately. So it could be anything. It could be a range of things.
Last question to Brian.
Trey, 2 games in, how do you feel the overall defensive line rotation is working, both in terms of keeping you guys fresh and having almost every play or every series you're next to someone different?
Yeah, it's been cool. We're prepared for anything. So everybody's preparing like a starter. We got 3 groups of ones. There's no 1s, 2s, 3s. We're all ones. So we could all rotate at any time and trust that the guy next to us is going to do what he has to do. I don't think that's an issue.